I couldn't have done half of what I've done without the support of what I feel like is my village. I'm from Norfolk, Virginia. I was raised in a single parent household, just me and my mom. She had a small village to help kind of raise me with my grandmother. I originally started my college journey in Petersburg, Virginia, actually. I received a full academic scholarship to go to school there, but my heart was really here in Greensboro at A&T. So after my first year of undergrad, or my first year and a half actually, I made the transition to coming to Greensboro. I found out a few months before that I was pregnant. So I came down here in the summer of 2016, and I had my daughter in December of that year. I didn't feel like I adequately was prepared to have a child. I didn't feel like I understood how to navigate school, and it kind of made me feel alone. Shortly after that, 2 weeks later, my grandmother that I said was very pivotal in raising me passed. I kind of just shut down. I didn't really know how to navigate being a new parent with that high amount of grief. I was still expected to go to school. I was still expected to work and show up to all of these different spaces, and I felt like my life had just changed in like a blink. I was bringing my daughter to class with me. I didn't have childcare. At that point, I didn't have a car, so I was catching the bus or hitching rides with my roommates to get to class. You know, I was only surviving off of my refund checks. There wasn't a lot of money coming in from anywhere. So my rent just started getting further and further behind. I was asking for help. I was kind of telling people, hey, I'm starting to drown here. Like, I'm getting scared. Like, I'm sorry. So I didn't want to do this.
It's okay. Yeah.
I was so scared to ask for help that I didn't. I had an eviction notice on my door, and I had never in my adult life really faced that. Like, my mom always tells me when I was younger, we were in homeless shelters and things like that, but that's not something that I can really remember. So it was different experiencing it and then being able to identify that this is part of now my child's journey too. I was being threatened by my program at that point that if I kept bringing her to school with me, that they were gonna have to stop letting me show up to class. But I couldn't really figure out what else to do. I seen this goal at the end that if I'm able to make it to graduating, that this will create a new life and a better life for me and my child. But right now, all of the obstacles that are here are not showing me that this is something that I couldn't do. I slept in my car for that summer while I tried to find a private landlord that would at least rent to me while I got back on my feet. And during that time, I got assigned to my internship at Greensboro Urban Ministries. That's when I met Michael Pearson.
She expressed the concern that she was having with rent and things like that. And she was a mother. I believe her child was maybe 3 at the time. And I have a heart for making sure that people actually are getting the help that they need. And so Youth Focus, I knew, helped young and upcoming mothers. And so I felt that it was a really perfect referral for them. And so I thought I would use, my connections, and I would ask if Youth Focus was able to help her.
So like when I became a part of the Hearth program, I didn't even feel like I was one of the homeless individuals that deserved that kind of help. So I was able to find a little house, actually 3 or 4 minutes away from school, very, very, very close to where I needed to be. But having people pour into you and kind of always remind you of your light, it can feel a bit overwhelming sometimes because you just don't really believe it. But if it wasn't for those people pouring into me, I don't really know where I would be at. I don't know where me and Corey would be at. I wasn't really confident in myself, so there were times where I thought about giving her to somebody that I felt like could be a better parent than me. So I just wasn't sure, even still moving into that place. I felt like a better parent, but I just didn't feel like the parent that I still wanted to be, to graduate school, to be a role model.
We were able to help Synethia stay exactly where she was and continue with her education, which we know is so important with a lot of the youth that we serve, and for anyone. Having that education can help you sustain in the long run. Her strength is so inspiring, and it's so amazing that we could come alongside her and work with her. I mean, I know that she feels that we did a lot for her, but what she did for us in her journey and watching her and seeing her strength, it just helps us want to do more and to help more youth who are in the situation who don't have that support.
I remember having conversations with her about how she didn't even think she was going to be able to graduate. She didn't think she'd be able to pass her classes. Even though she had decent grades and was doing great, she just was so scared, had a lot of anxiety. And it made so much sense to me. But to see her today, to see how she's just like totally bloomed and grown, and she's so confident in herself in a way that she never was before.
So in 2020, I actually graduated with my social work and sociology degree. I was actually a double major. Currently working within a rapid rehousing ERAP program to assist with COVID emergency funds. I'm responsible for a team of about 15 people, leading them and providing this housing assistance for this community. I am still a happy resident of Greensboro. I am in a stable and safe environment, and I've been there for the past 3 years. The opportunities that, both Sarah and Allie have given to me, I appreciate so much, because in different ways, they've shown me that they see me when I didn't see myself.
I love you, Mom.